welcome back to Journeys to College and Beyond. As you may know, visiting a campus is one of the most exciting parts of the college search, and today we're sitting down with one of the people that makes it all happen. We're here with Michelle, the Director of Campus Visits, and she's going to share a little bit of insights on tours, special events like Illini Fest, virtual visit options, and a little bit about, of course, her own journey to college and beyond. So welcome, Michelle.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here.
We are excited to talk to you.
Yes, I am to you.
Michelle and I work in the same building, so I see you around and we chat when we can, but I'm excited to have like more of a deep dive with you and your role. So I guess we'll dive right into it. Why don't you explain a little bit more about your role here on campus?
Yeah, so I'm the Assistant Director for Campus Visits here in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions. What that means is that my primary focus is really looking at the experience that students and their families have when they come to visit Illinois and learn more about the programs we have here, what campus life would be like, and to really help them navigate that college choice and college application process.
Oh my gosh. I'm wondering how many visits we have on like a typical week during like the visit season.
Yeah, so we have several visits. We do offer most days of the week a what we call Perspective daily visit.
Okay.
That's the opportunity for families and students to come and join us for a presentation, a student panel, and a tour of campus, of course. Additionally, we also do several group visits, and so those happen several times a week also. That's an opportunity for some of our high schools or academies to come and also enjoy a tour on our campus and speaking with some of our students. So there's definitely plenty of opportunities on person to be able to on campus, to be able to come. Also in addition to that, our colleges are great partners and they also offer programming. And so it is really easy to go ahead and say, hey, I'm going to attend this admissions presentation and then I got a 2-hour break to explore, go eat some food, and then I'm going to head off to another presentation with specifically the college of which I'm interested in. And then, of course, during the spring, we would add in some visits for those that are admitted so that they can come and also visit at that time.
Super customizable, the visit experience.
Yes.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, that is ultimately the goal. We know that everyone has a slightly different path. Everyone has a slightly different interest. We have over 150 majors here on campus. So, of course, there are many different programs and areas of study that people might be interested in. So we really want to make sure that you have a chance to come and visit the campus in terms of your student life, what that admissions process would look like, but also be able to bridge that over to what the academic experience would look like for you.
I love the balance that you're doing with the visits. So I'm sure you probably covered a lot of approaches to the campus visit, but what do you think is the best way for a student to get the most out of their visit to Illinois?
Yeah, I would say plan on spending as much of your day as you can here. As we just talked about, there are so many different ways to customize your experience. And I think if you are able to go on our website and explore the different visit options that we do have, we have the list of all the college visits, our own visits. I think you'll really be able to shape that day, that you'll be able to see many different sides of campus. I would say as you're here, think about for lunch going and choosing something that's local around here. You can ask tour guides, other people, like where's the best place to get food. Really be able to experience what it would be like if you were here on campus. Definitely going to places like our quad or our union
Gotta
are
go to
really,
the quad.
yes, I say you can't not come here and not visit the quad 100%. And you'll just see all the students out there. There's usually tables, right near the union on the quad where you'll be able to see what student groups are doing. Also, sometimes, hey, you can go ahead and pick up something, like you'll have your farmer's market there, or you'll have posters that are being sold. Just so many different things. And so, hey, go say hi to the students, talk to them in those instances. They'll definitely be happy to share with you, what life at Illinois looks like for them.
That is one thing. Everyone is so friendly. The students are super friendly, super approachable. That's something that I always really proud of, because obviously I also went to Illinois, as you guys know as well. The students are great and so welcoming. And I know that a lot of the tours are student-led.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the iStars, what someone can expect from a tour at Illinois.
Yeah, so as you just mentioned, our students love being able to meet other folks that are interested in coming to campus. I think it speaks really highly about the time that they're having on our campus that so many of our students are interested in engaging with people and talking and describing to them about their life here. So
Totally.
we have an amazing staff of student workers who we call iStars. They are amazing. They are all stars.
They are stars.
They are indeed. And they are the ones that will be leading you on your tour. They'll be able to talk to you about all different types of subjects, including academics, housing, dining, and they're really able to provide an angle there that is really student focused and really about their own personal journey. I think it's really important for students to be able to hear the voices of their fellow students and to really have a chance to not just only hear from professionals who are going to be bringing information about the college and their academics and the opportunities they have here, but also the students who really, I think, can connect to those students in a different way that I think enhances, that search process. I feel like our iStars are so great at answering questions about how they settled in to Illinois. How did they find their community? How does it feel to be on a campus that has over 50,000, this year over 60,000 people, particularly if maybe you're from a smaller area? And so I think that those stories just really highlight and allow our students to see what it would be to be here at Illinois. And that's really what that whole experience is going to be about.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the goal is like, can I picture myself here? Can I see myself in this space? There's no better way to do that than to get out in the mix yourself and visit campus. Obviously, that isn't always feasible for every student. So they may want to rely on something a little more virtual. What would you recommend for a student that's in that position for some virtual options?
Yes, absolutely. We understand that it is not possible for everyone to be able to come and visit campus, but we still really want you to get a feel for our culture here. So on our website, we absolutely offer some virtual tour videos and descriptions and guides that can hopefully give you like a little bit of a window into Illinois and hopefully give you that feeling as if maybe you are kind of visiting campus by looking through all the photos and the pathways that we have for students to be walking around campus. We have videos, students that might talk about what they're doing in their major field and be able to describe, a little bit about research or job opportunities that they have. We are continuing to work on other additional materials that we can build out for individuals to be able to just really immerse themselves online, be able to see as many buildings as possible, hear those stories, from professors, from students, from staff members, and just get as much out of that virtual experience as they can if they were on campus also.
For sure. Yeah. And I mean, if you're listening, but especially watching this podcast, you're in the right place. Our YouTube channel is full of all of the wonderful content that you were just describing, and the colleges, the social media channels. There's so many opportunities to get a feel for your specific experience, even if you're not able to come visit campus before you start.
Yes, absolutely. You can go down that YouTube hole of watching as many videos as you want. We had the Day in the Life series, which was following some of our current students through kind of a typical, if we can even describe a day as typical, a typical day here at Illinois for them. And then, of course, there's so many other videos, too, that are just introductions to new lab spaces or,
oh my gosh.
Definitely. I think some videos too regards to athletics and some of the work that our student organizations are doing. So it's definitely possible with so much that's going on here to really get a feel of the vibrancy of campus by just sitting down and watching some of those videos one day.
That's so fun. A little virtual experience. So it sounds like there's a lot going on with campus visits. What would you say is your favorite part of this kind of work?
Oh my gosh.
Tough question.
So I love being in the work that I do because I really get to meet so many different people. I love standing even just in the lobby of where we do our, welcome sessions, and just greeting all the families as they come in, hearing, where did you come in from, and have you visited campus before? And so many say, oh no, this is my first time. And just really being able to have those little conversations. I have a background, working on a college campus. My master's is in higher education.
Masters.
Yeah. Yeah, masters. So I just always have loved being able to see those moments where we have students that are at a turning point where you can just see that something is clicking, something is developing. And that part of that journey has just always been so amazing to me. And I love being part of it. I love being able to support it. I love working with our students. I mean, our iStars are amazing tour guides, but they are also just amazing students also. And being able to watch their development, see them go from being, the freshmen all the way up to their senior year, and then unfortunately having to say goodbye to them as they go on to the next leg. I know, it is so hard. I say,
challenging.
Come commencement. At my previous institution that I was at recently, it was smaller, and so I could stand, right by where they process in for commencement, and just seeing the students that I had worked with for so many years and seeing how far they've come, like it would just bring tears to my eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And then they would see you and you're waving at them and they're waving at you. Like exactly like a proud parent. But that was just, that's always just the moment that just really rings home to me that this is the type of work that I like to do. And I get to celebrate so much about what students are doing and continuing to do. And I love being able to be part of that story, be in that environment. And so that's definitely a huge part of why I love campus visits.
Michelle, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. Oh my gosh. Wow. And I know how awesome these students are you're talking about, because we've had a lot of iStars as guests on this podcast. And the things that they do, like, they're obviously iStars as we know, but they are holistic students, as we like to say, and they are they have so many, they're very impressive. Internship here, part-time job there, apart from obviously the academic work that they're killing it into. So yeah.
Yes, there's so many opportunities here at Illinois to be able to connect in with those passions and to build them out. And again, as I said, just being able to support that. I'm not the one that's going out there and doing the research that, is changing the world or developing the websites and the new innovations, but I get to help the students that are going to be doing that. And that is, I think, just a wonderful way to be able to live life.
I completely agree. I feel the same about the kind of work that we do with talking to people like you. So I think that that's awesome. And it sounds like you're super passionate about it. So I love when people share with their passions on the podcast.
Yes, absolutely. I could go on and on and on about students and how much I love working with them. But yes, definitely amazing to be on a college campus.
What led you to this kind of work? I guess we could get a little bit into your own journey to college and beyond.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think for a lot of us, sometimes we just end up with an experience that has us fall into a career path that we never even thought was something that we were going to want to do.
Yeah.
So when I was in my undergraduate first year, I, wasn't 100% sure what exactly I wanted to do, but I was in the humanities. And so my degree for my bachelor's is in American Studies. And I know that doesn't seem like, how does that connect to college? Well, I was originally interested in actually running a children's museum because I was really interested in sharing the stories of history to, a younger population, to really open their eyes up to that. I always loved that. I was the one in high school that was, writing things for History Day. Did not do the math competitions or the science experiments. I wrote about history. And that was really fun to me.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. So when I was, a freshman, I was exploring that, thinking that might be the long-term, career that I would be headed for. And I was just this is back in the day when we had these paper calendars, and I was just flipping through the one that my institution had, and I saw an advertisement for a summer position in a conferences office. And I thought, that kind of sounds interesting. You know, if I were to be running a museum, there'd definitely be programs I'm doing.
True.
It's an opportunity to stay on campus during the summer. I come from a pretty small town. I wasn't sure I necessarily would be going back there. This position included free housing, so that would allow me to stay here. Yeah.
Lots of perks.
And so I thought, hey, you know what? Let me just go ahead and, apply to that job. It kind of sounds like it's an event planner. And if you want a really funny side story, when I was in high school, like the one time at one of our senior events where they had, the person that tells your fortune, she told me that I was going to be an event planner with a red sports car and a full planner and everything.
Ooh.
So when I saw the advertisement, I was like, wow. Not that I was really putting all of my stakes on what this person had told me. I just was laughing, being like, well, you know what? I'll apply for this anyway, because this person supposedly thought that I might be interested in that.
That is so funny.
Yeah. So I applied for that job. Very little work experience, on-campus position. Went in there, did the best I could on it. Didn't get the job.
Oh no!
But they did say like, hey, we can have you on our alternate list. And I said, oh, okay. That's fine by me. Right? I still don't really know what I'm going to do. This is one of the few things that I applied to, but kind of sounded exciting or whatever. And actually, just a little bit later after that, I actually got pulled in off of that list.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so I worked that summer over the summer with the conferences office on that campus, and that meant that we had summer camps coming in, other individuals from organizations that were using space on campus. And the best part about that job, and I think any student will tell you this, is that you get to run around campus all summer and see so many different parts of campus that you don't have access to as a student or don't have a chance to as a student.
You get like the backstage pass.
Yeah, because you're working with maintenance and housing and preparing the residence halls. You're making sure that the meeting spaces and the gym and the dining facilities are all ready. And, you are kind of becoming an employee of the university. And so the people that are living in those spaces or using those rooms are then saying, hey, I need help with this. And you're the one that provides the answer to that. Yeah.
Wow.
And so that really got me a really good snapshot of what it was like and what parts of college were happening around me that I didn't even realize, like everything that happens behind the scenes. And part of that was the work that offices do to help support students, to help make sure buildings are open and available for them and have the technology or features that will best assist our students to succeed. And so from there, I worked actually the next summer also there. And then I worked my senior year summer there. So I basically became like an employee there. And through that, I got another position with our kind of an equivalent of a recreation facility. Got to work at the pool. And that was a way that I just got to, again, see a different part of the campus experience.
Yeah.
And then when I was graduating, they offered internships out to some individuals through those different departments that were 1-year internships where you'd be a residence hall director for a first year hall, and then you also would do an internship with that particular unit. And I applied for that and got the one that was at the pool, and so I got to be a program coordinator there.
That's
and
fun.
I was a first year residence hall director.
Yay!
But again, getting back to that question about my favorite part about visits, I got to welcome all these freshmen to their residence hall, what was going to be their next home.
Oh my gosh.
And honestly, just from there, I fell into it. I was able to get a job in the conferences office after that. So that networking I had with those individuals during those summers as a student really paid off for me.
Yeah.
And I just got hooked then. And a few years after I was working in conferences, I thought, I think I still want to work with students and youth, but I want to work with the ones that are 18, 19, 20 years old.
That like freshman group really stuck with you.
Yeah,
that's very sweet.
Yes. And so that's kind of how I just
it.
got into my journey and have always worked on a college campus for my entire adult life.
So cool.
Yeah.
The energy is completely unmatched, I think, especially with that age group specifically. They're so excited.
Oh my
They're
goodness.
so eager.
Yes. The creative energy.
We love you guys.
Yes. You could tell, this is our love fest for our
Yeah,
students here. No. Oh my goodness. Yes. There's really not much I think that can compare to that spirit and that energy. And it's so much fun because you just get to continue to do all these awesome activities. I mean, our students, we would have events with them where, you are, dancing to music, you are watching films together, you are rollerblading, inside one of the student centers. Here at Illinois, you can watch movies on the quad.
Got some fun.
Yeah,
fun stuff.
there's just, I get
Concert
to
in the spring.
exactly, and
yeah.
I just get to join them on it. We joke that it kind of keeps us feeling young, but hey,
why not?
There's so
gosh.
many great experiences that you get to have on that you say, oh, I wouldn't normally be able to experience this, or maybe I just have more access to something like this. So definitely, yes, that energy that you get on campus, always something to do.
The energy is so high. And the fun stuff that you were talking about is, I know that's not why that shouldn't be the deciding factor for what school you go to, but come on, we have so much fun stuff happening on this campus. It's crazy.
I say don't ever discount the life outside of the classroom. There's so much development that is happening for students that's not just sitting and researching or listening to what's happening in their academic class. That's a big part of it for sure. But really, those moments that you have in other areas of life on a college campus, those really do build you up. Those really do help you explore and find what drives you.
Completely agree.
And definitely, I think, are some of those experiences that provide you really useful skills, honestly, for your future, career, whatever it might be in. I was involved in some organizations, as a student too. Those really helped me navigate, difficult conversations, being able to learn, honestly, how to program an event plan, really having to work on something that I've committed to and whatever ups and downs are with it, seeing that project through to the end. And so I think that on a college campus, a huge part of it, absolutely for sure, is what you are doing in the academic area, that degree that you're achieving. There's a lot of wonderful knowledge and skills that you're building for critical thinking and writing. But that is absolutely matched by some of the work that you'll be doing outside as a student, as an advocate for something you're passionate about, or pursuing, that field that that you want to go into.
For sure. I mean, we've talked about some of the fun stuff happening on campus. You've talked a lot about event planning and your passion for event planning and your love for the specific niche group of kids. We also mentioned Illini Fest earlier in the episode, which is kind of the culmination of all of those great
Illini
things.
Best, as
Illini
I call
Best. Ooh, I like that. Should
Yes.
get that hashtag going in the caption.
Oh, yes.
So tell me about Illini Fest.
Yeah, so Illini Fest is an opportunity for students that are interested in coming to Illinois to spend a Saturday with us, really engaging with a lot of different areas of campus. As we talked, we have plenty of daily visit opportunities. They are fantastic for providing you with that information and understanding about Illinois. But there is this one Saturday that we do in the fall for those that are interested in applying to Illinois that really brings together all of those elements and just elevates it a little bit higher. Being on a weekend, we have more access to space. We're able to build some larger events out. And so it's a way that campus is able to come together and show a larger group of students. So this is a chance where you can be on campus with thousands of other students and you can still attend sessions, you can talk to admissions, you can attend programming with your college of interest, but you can also stop by our resource fair and see 20, 30 different campus departments,
Wow.
from our student ones like Student Leadership Center center or sorority and fraternity life, to, housing and private certified housing is there, to, the recreation department's typically there too. And then just a whole series of different departments with which, you'll be interacting if you were to be a student here.
Yeah.
And then there's just, some other kind of fun special programming that we are able to do just being on that weekend format.
Fun special programming.
Yes.
That's so exciting.
Yes. I won't reveal too many details, but
Okay.
no, we do have some, fun spirit activities. Some of our colleges will do something a little different. It's really, really neat to see how each college shapes and plans those days, because there are definitely many opportunities for you to be able to gain more information and insight onto what that particular major or program is doing. But there's also some really creative ways that they're able to show you that. So one I like to point out is our urban planning department. They will do a brief presentation and then a tour of campus town that really looks at the urban planning and architectural elements of it. And I love that.
I would
love
love
that
to
type
go
of
on
event.
that.
I know. I want to join that one.
That
Unfortunately,
sounds really interesting.
yeah, I don't have a lot of time,
might be
unfortunately,
busy
that day.
that
Yeah, there's a couple other things I'm usually checking in
That's
on.
crazy.
But that's kind of one of those examples that I like to highlight. Some of
Yeah.
our other colleges, have done some programs. I think, social work had done one that was really creative about kind of socializing with social work, which really allowed them to have little conversations with little activities at tables together.
Yeah.
I think some of our other ones, kind of do some fun trivia things with current students at times.
Ooh.
And so, yeah, it's a really, really fun experience. If you are able to attend, this fall is October 18th. On that Saturday, you can register and basically choose, the events that you're looking for. And then come spring, it's going to be called something a little bit similar, but called Illinois Bound. And that's going to be on Saturday, March 28th for 2026. And that's going to be kind of in that similar vein, except you will just be attending the events with the college for which you're admitted. You can kind of meet some of your potential classmates, hear from professors.
How exciting.
Yeah. And
Oh my
so
gosh, I can see
definitely,
it now.
yes, plenty of ways to get to know folks there, pick up a lot of swag probably.
Bring a bag for the swag.
You got, I mean,
You're
you
gonna
gotta,
get
yeah, we got to make sure that you got that
prizes
Illinois
galore.
stuff.
Yeah.
It is all about that. So, definitely a really cool opportunity. If
Yes.
you're able to come on a Saturday, we want to make sure that we offered some Saturday programming.
For
We
sure.
know that it can be difficult for some folks to come on a weekday.
Yeah,
We know
makes
there's
sense.
this other thing called high school that might be happening for some of our students.
Kind of important. We
Yeah.
get it. We get
Oh,
it.
yeah, a little important again. Yeah, you're right. So, yes, that's a bit about Illini Fest, or as I say, Illini Best.
I love that, and I'm going to adopt Illini Best into all of the comms moving
You
forward.
Absolutely should.
I
Best
was
day
at-
ever, as
it
I say.
is so fun. I mean, I was at Illini Fest last year, and it was a blast. I was popping all over the place. I was getting photos. So
Oh, yes. And I
It
mean,
was-
it's
there
a
was a
day,
lot going on.
it's a day that we get to be on the golf carts, just driving around, waving to
those
people
golf
and saying
carts.
hi.
Yes.
Yes.
It actually is a blast. The energy is really, really high at Illini Fest,
Oh.
as it is with all the visits. But a Saturday is kind of just brings a different vibe, like you said. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's just a slightly different feel, and because it can be larger with the number of people that are able to come, it just brings a little bit more of a unique energy in that way.
Yeah. I can't wait for Illini Fest. I hope to see you guys there.
Absolutely. Sign up if you haven't yet.
For sure. Michelle, this has been such a fun conversation, and I just really appreciate you sharing all of your insights and experiences and a little bit about your own journey as well.
Yeah.
I just want to end on a final note of, do you have any advice for students or families that may be visiting this campus or any campus, what you would hope that they take away from their visit?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would advise you to come with an open mind. Be open to the experience that you might have here. I know that when you're looking and thinking about your college experience, there might be something in your mind that you are envisioning. But I really hope that you'll embrace the chance that there might be something you never even realized would be of interest. And that's the the crux of a college experience, honestly.
It really is.
that it opens those doors. You're able to go out and join a student group or take a class in a subject that perhaps you had never considered. And you'd be surprised as to that might just lead to a different part of your journey, a different part of your path that you just hadn't been aware of. I also say, like, what I'm really trying to get for you out of your experience here it is really an authentic understanding of Illinois. And I want you to be able to, after you visit here, to know if this is the campus for you. And
For sure.
overall, speaking to the entire college search process, we know that not every campus is for every person. And I want to make sure that you have had the chance to be able to make that decision and know for yourself. I want you to have a good positive image of Illinois, but we do also know that everyone, has a different path and a different way that they're looking to, go through their college and their college experience. I think we offer a lot, and I think we have, so much that goes on here that can really benefit students. But I also just really, my goal with that visit experience is to make sure that you are able to get to know Illinois as it is and who it is. And that's why our students are such an important part of that tour experience.
For sure.
That's why we really want you to have the chance to walk through many different areas and also provide different opportunities for you to be able to sit in and engage in conversations with individuals. So I hope that all of you can imagine yourself here at Illinois, but I want you to know that what you are sitting and learning here, that's who we are. That's the real voice of Illinois.
That's awesome. Wow, I love that. Michelle, thank you so much. You're a busy gal, so we appreciate you stopping by.
No problem. I'm so excited to be able to be here.
Sure.
And it's been great, of course, being able to continue to talk to you. And I hope that some of our viewers we will be seeing on campus very soon.
Yes, we hope to see you very soon. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.